Well, hello everyone, this is Emrys from cruisehive.com, and yes, the downbeat cruise news keeps on coming, I'm afraid, as the week has been full of further cancellations into 2021. So let's get into some of the biggest news stories from the week. Plenty of cruise news this week as the cruise industry continues to be on hold and cruise lines in the US work through the CDC Conditional Sailing Order. So Carnival-owned cruise brands have announced further cancellations into 2021. Not good at all. Royal Caribbean-owned cruise lines have extended their cancellation policies. Carnival Ecstasy responds to a Mayday call in the Bahamas, and a celebrity cruise ship that's currently under construction in France has reached a major milestone. So we start with Carnival Cruise Line, which is still developing its plan to meet the CDC Conditional Sailing Order framework. It has decided to cancel all US departures until February 2021. There is even more bad news as cruises are also cancelled from select US home ports until March 2021, and Carnival Legend out of Tampa through March 26. Not good news at all for the cruise industry and for those really excited and desperate to go on a cruise. The initial return to service will be out of Port Miami and Port Canaveral in Florida. The port of Galveston in Texas will then follow. Other home ports in the US will have to wait until March 2021 at the very earliest, and that includes Baltimore, Charleston, Jacksonville, Long Beach, Mobile, New Orleans, and San Diego. Carnival Horizon is arriving back into the US this week to prepare for the restart of cruises and be among the first ships in the fleet to do so out of Miami, Florida. Carnival Breeze will also return to the US next week. So folks, it is unfortunate that Carnival has cancelled more cruises, but it's so important to make sure when cruises do resume, they happen safely, and new health measures have been well tested first. So with Carnival Cruise Line already announcing its extended suspension into early 2021, sister cruise line Princess Cruises is now following by cancelling all cruises globally through March 31st, 2021. So this means cruises won't resume operations until April at the very earliest. As already reported on cruisehive.com, the cruise line has also removed cruises that are longer than 7 days out of US ports through November 1st, 2021, which is in line with the CDC framework. In the United States, the cruise line is needing more time to prepare the return of cruises. Time will be needed to follow the framework on the Conditional Sailing Order that was announced by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on October 30th, 2020. For operations out of Japan, it's also not looking so good, as Princess Cruises has suspended operations there through June 25th, 2021. This is due to the uncertainty on when international travel restrictions might be lifted. And of course, once one cruise line announces further suspensions, the rest follow. So Holland America line will remain on hold through March 31st, which means at the earliest cruises won't start to resume until April 2021. Also, following sister lines Carnival Cruise Line and Princess Cruises, Holland America has also removed longer cruises over 7 days that depart from the US ports through November 1st, 2021. Select longer voyages in Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and South America through mid-April 2021 are also cancelled. Some of those departures will be rescheduled to comparable dates in 2022. It's all very fluid indeed. And the cruise line is currently developing new protocols to make sure guests and crew members remain safe when operations restart. Trial sailings will need to be done first, along with training the crew on new health measures. On Tuesday, Carnival Ecstasy cruise ship responded to a Mayday call from a private yacht named Ballista, with a crew member suffering from severe injuries. At the time the Mayday was picked up, the Carnival Ecstasy was anchored in the Bahamas and just 4 nautical miles away from the yacht. The captain of the Fantasy class vessel immediately responded, even though there was a vessel that was closer which did not seem to be responding to the Mayday call. Carnival Ecstasy notified all the relevant authorities, including the US Coast Guard, which is normal procedure for these situations. It was not a straightforward rescue operation due to 30-knot winds at the time. The 29-year-old injured male crew member on the yacht could not be transferred to the Carnival Ecstasy immediately, as it was a complex operation. The initial transfer needed to be aborted, but he was eventually brought aboard the Carnival cruise ship via its rescue boat. The injured crew member was evaluated and treated by the Carnival Ecstasy medical team. He did need further treatment though on land. As a result, the cruise ship headed north to meet a US Coast Guard helicopter for urgent medical evacuation, and we do have all the images and video which Carnival provided to us over at cruisehive.com, and thankfully now the crew member is receiving further medical care and we wish him a speedy recovery. Royal Caribbean has decided to extend its flexible cancellation policy named Cruise with Confidence due to the suspension of operations and the uncertainty in travel worldwide. This will provide continued confidence for those planning a cruise vacation in the coming year. So the Cruise with Confidence program can be used through January 31st, 2021, which allows guests to cancel a cruise up to 48 hours before departure. Guests can receive a full credit of the cruise fare paid for a future sailing through April 2022 for Royal Caribbean International and through May 4th, 2022 for Celebrity Cruises. Currently, Royal Caribbean has suspended operations through December 31st, 2020 while it sets out its plan on resuming cruises. The CDC framework for the Conditional Sailing Order was announced on October the 30th, and since then, cruise lines have been planning a return. It is not as simple though to resume cruises, and Royal Caribbean, along with other major cruise lines from the US, will have to stress test new health protocols first, along with crew training, and there's going to be a lot more to do. Royal Caribbean has already requested people to apply to become a volunteer of the seas, and there has already been a huge interest. And we finish up with some more positive news for a change. Celebrity Cruises has celebrated the keel laying ceremony of Celebrity Beyond, the third Edge-class vessel currently under construction at the Chantiers de l'Atlantique shipyard in France. A traditional coin ceremony was held and the coin placed under the keel to bring good fortune to the vessel. Construction will now continue, with more large blocks coming together to make the ship whole. There is still a long process with several milestones still to come, including floating out onto the water for the very first time, outfitting all the interior spaces, sea trials, and then finally delivering to Celebrity Cruises before making her debut. Celebrity Beyond is scheduled to be completed in spring 2022, and fingers crossed, hopefully by then the cruise industry will be back to normal with guests enjoying the new ship. So those were just a handful of the news stories from the week. You can check out even more over at cruisehive.com, including new contactless payment for Port Canaveral parking, a fourth cruise ship dock getting the green light in Cozumel, Holland America cruise ships on the move to US waters, more cruise ships to be scrapped, and even more cruise news all over at cruisehive.com. Also, we've got the latest Black Friday and Cyber Monday cruise deals if you are thinking about cruising next year or beyond once the situation improves. Thanks ever so much for taking the time to watch the video, everyone. My name is Emrys from cruisehive.com. Do feel free to like and subscribe on YouTube if you found the video helpful in any way at all. Thanks again, and I'll see you all soon.